Magazine, and we are here with Red Sun Rising's vocalist Mike Protich. How you doing today?
Good, man. It's actually pronounced Protich, but that's okay. Everybody does that.
Protich? Sorry about that. I knew I was going to get that wrong. I've been practicing it too.
Yeah. You can go with Pro Dick. That'd be cool.
I prefer not to. Okay, let's start this off with a question. What's more exciting? The new album, the new tour, or the new band members?
Well, my band members, my new band members have been new band members for the last like 3 years.
Okay.
But they still excite me every day.
That's good.
I don't know what it is about them. Maybe it's their smile. Maybe it's the way they smell in the morning. I don't know. But the new album for me, I think, is the most exciting. I mean, touring's going to be fantastic. We're stoked about that. But we are just so excited to get this music out and have people hear it.
That's awesome. Now, the new album is called Thread. It comes out March 30th. So you guys are really excited to get this new stuff out. And you've already released a few singles from it. Death Wish.
Yeah.
And that one is, rising up the charts. Did you ever expect it to be that successful?
Yeah, we believe in it. We believe in all our music, so I guess we're not surprised that it's doing well, but you always hope that it can connect.
Yeah.
And you never know what's going to happen. I mean, but we believe in our music, and that's why our music is real, because it's music that we loved and we wanted to make, and we believe in.
Yeah. Give us a little background on that song. What is it about?
So that song was inspired by the Pygmalion effect, which is a psychiatric study that basically talks about self-fulfilling prophecies, and how if you believe something is going to happen or you want something to happen, your actions start to gravitate towards making that thing happen. And that can actually be crippling to someone's life if they become too obsessed with that. So we use the end of the world as only an example. So it's not apocalyptic in the worldly sense, but more of a personal sense.
Okay. Yeah, the video is really cool. I like the video on that. Do you guys have a lot of say in what happens in the videos?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of say in it. We came up with a concept as a band that we all liked and we agreed on, that kind of made sense to the song, and then we kind of handed that over to the director, Brad Gullowin, who actually specializes more in like short films. So he kind of brought that short film type artistic touch to it, with the actors and the narrative of the storyline, and I think it really came out great, and he nailed it.
Yeah, it's got a good flow to it, I think. Like a short movie kind of.
Yeah.
Now you also have a newer video for Fascination.
Yeah, we used a video from 1902. It was an old French silent film, and it was a film that was way ahead of its time, and it was just a super cool old film that's never had sound to it, obviously, because it's a silent film. So we thought the vibe of it was kind of creepy and cool and made sense to the song. And so we actually had Brad Gullowin, the same director, kind of edit it down to fit the song and had some key moments kind of line up. And it just really brings a cool aesthetic and visual to the mood of that song, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it works pretty good with it. I was pretty impressed with it.
Thank you.
Now you guys mix a lot of different genres and influences into your music. Now, does that come is that by design, or does that come naturally when you're writing your music?
I think it does come naturally because we don't put rules on our songwriting. So that's kind of what thread means, is that we write music that we love and we believe in, and we don't worry about what that's going to sound like. We just write the song, and whatever that sounds like, whatever comes out, comes out. And yeah, I think our influences just naturally bleed into the sound without, we don't really try to use them. It just happens in the most natural way, and I think that's the best way to write music.
Yeah. Now, are your influences current influences or past influences or all influences, you think?
I think that's part of it too. We use influences from a bunch of different eras, ranging from, even the Beatles, Zeppelin, the classics like that, all the way up to A Perfect Circle, Tool, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. So there's a little touch of every era through there. And I mean, me personally, I take influence from some really off-the-wall stuff sometimes, like Imogen Heap or Regina Spektor or something like that. That it's not even in the rock genre.
Yeah. I was listening to another interview with you, and you have a wide variety of genre. So that's kind of cool how you like. I mean, you said you like old school rap stuff and
for sure.
A lot of female artists. Who's one of your favorite female artists at this time right now?
At this time right now, I would say, man, one of my favorite records of all time is actually by Sia, who's a pop singer now, but she used to be like a cool underground kind of jazz singer, and she has this one record called Color the Small One, and it's kind of one of those go-to records for me when I want to like just chill out and listen to a soothing voice with there's some amazing rhythms in there, and the production is phenomenal. I would always recommend that to people, but I guess it's not super current. Yeah. That's an older record, but she came to mind.
Cool. Now, obviously, we know about the Alanis Morissette one.
Oh yeah.
You plan on maybe doing one of her covers, the other girls' covers? The cover of her song?
I probably wouldn't cover the same artist twice, but Alanis has always been a huge influence on me as far as her songwriting and as a vocalist. Even though she is a female vocalist, I think that's what made that song cool for us to do, because it was a challenge for me, because it's in a range that's a little more difficult for a male voice, and that was a challenge vocally for me, and it was fun to take that challenge and to push myself to make that happen.
Has she ever responded to you on that cover?
No, I wish she could.
Yeah.
Can you reach out and let Alanis know that?
Yeah.
we're sitting here waiting.
Waiting for your response.
Actually, she did respond. She loves it. She
That's
sent
good.
an email. She said it was the best version she's ever heard.
That's good. Now, a lot of bands seem to be doing a lot of covers. Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because they can't write a good song. So they got to take another song that was already well written and redo it.
And kind of try to make it their own, but not make it their own.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Let's go now with the tour coming up. You guys are beginning to be touring with The Used. Have you guys ever toured with them or played with them, or you know the guys?
No, we've never toured with them. It's super exciting though that they chose us for the tour, because it's a band that we've been listening to for years. I mean, that goes back to when we were in high school. And the coolest thing is we did open for them, kind of. Me and Ryan, like the early stages of Red Sun Rising, opened for them at Kent State University in Ohio. Way back in the day, like we were like the first of like 8 bands, you know, like one of those bills.
Yeah, yeah.
So we didn't really open for them, but we were there. We were on the same stage, so it'll be funny to bring that up to them. Be like, yeah, you know what? We opened for you way back in the day.
Do you remember? That's cool. And you got a lot of festivals coming up this year too that you're on the go for.
We're doing a lot of the rock festivals, pretty much all of them in May.
Yeah.
You know, the more major rock festivals. So that's going to be exciting to mix those festivals in with the club shows and everything, just to have that dynamic of show range.
Yeah. Now I'm in Jacksonville, so we got the Rockville. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Who are you most excited to actually see on one of these festivals? Because we got like Ozzy Osbourne, Foo Fighters, headlining. So, what are some of the artists that you're looking forward to possibly catching?
I mean, Foo Fighters are always awesome, but I think the biggest thing for us is Tool. Tool's on a lot of these festivals this year, and everyone in the band is a big Tool fan, and that's exciting for us to share the stage, to share a few stages with them.
Yeah. When are they going to come out with a new album?
Oh man, I stopped thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know how I feel about the new Tool album is like, I'm from Cleveland or Akron, so it's about like waiting for the Browns to win a championship.
Yeah. Like,
I just get excited about what they're doing now and just watch the games and be sad at the end of the game, just like every other Browns fan and every other Tool fan. And when it happens, it'll happen, and I'll be excited then.
And you can listen to Perfect Circle on the side, I guess.
Exactly.
It's just not quite the same, though. I'm a Tool fan
but
too.
I love a Perfect Circle equally as much.
Yeah. Yeah, Maynard is one talented dude, definitely.
Absolutely.
So we covered the festivals. Now on the new album, how many songs did you write for the new album? And were there any songs that didn't quite fit with the album that you liked, that you hope maybe on the next album, or?
I couldn't really hear that well, but I'm going to guess what you asked. We wrote a lot of songs on the road leading up to the record, and we wrote a few in the studio, but the majority of it kind of was written over the course of touring, and it just kind of came together in the studio. And there were songs that we actually had to cut from the record, so there's some songs that we may release as B-sides later, but we didn't want to make the record too long and not digestible. So
that's cool. What's one of your favorite songs off the new album, and kind of why?
One of my favorite songs, I'd say, is "Stealing Life," which it just has some cool textures. We added a vintage Wurlitzer keyboard in there, which sounds really cool. I'm a huge Beatles fan, so to have that kind of Beatlesque texture in there and that influence was cool to have a song like that, and we're really excited about that one.
That's cool. So what can the fans expect on this tour that's going to be possibly different besides the music, going forward with this tour?
Yeah, I think like I said, we added some different instruments that we didn't have on the first record, so you'll see that live. We now have 2 records to choose from, so we'll start playing a lot more new material, mixing in songs, maybe changing up versions of songs. So we play 100% live every night without backing tracks or anything. So we have the ability to change things up when we want and make it a little more organic. So you'll see a lot more of that, which will be cool.
Yeah. Do you think the new album this is kind of probably a hard question. Do you think the new album will outperform the last album?
I don't even think anyone could answer that question.
I'm sure you hope
so.
Yeah.
Just because of the evolution of the sound, in my opinion. But yeah, I think the fans that we made will love it, and we'll make new fans. So
Yeah.
in theory, yes, we'll outperform it.
Cool. Good to hear. And I've listened to it, and it's really good, and I think it will. I mean, I think the fans are going to, really like this album.
That's good to hear. Thank you.
So, what other things would you like your fans to know about as we wrap this up?
I would say just we look forward to getting out on the road and seeing you all, and come ready to sing with us. And yeah, come out and see us. Just get out and